WWE WrestleMania 42, Night 2. Let's talk about it. So, WrestleMania Night 2 had 6 matches. This Night 2 was better than Night 1. Just overall with the matches and just with the, just what was going on. So, the first match, Femi defeated Brock Lesnar. This match went for 4 minutes and 46 seconds. So how I feel about this match is that I was okay. So first, the right person won. Putting Femi over Brock Lesnar did a great job selling, making Oba look like the new beast. He is the ruler of the world. So great job with that, and just building a new star. So I thought that was great. But this match was just way too short because I'm just thinking about the build-up, how Oba just, he pretty much dominated like the build-up, the encounters that he and Brock Lesnar had before WrestleMania. And Brock Lesnar, he never really got he never really got he never really like was able to like throw Femi off his feet or to get one over on him. So that's why I thought that this was going to be a really competitive match, just some back and forth, just these two monsters going at it. And with the kind of match that I wanted, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I wanted, but I was just thinking, okay, maybe, an 8-minute match, maybe a 10-minute match, with these kind of guys, with two monsters, it doesn't have to be a 20-minute match, not even a 15-minute match, but I really wanted to see the guys go at it. And the other issue that I had with this match was Brock Lesnar hit the F5. Femi was back up within, I don't know, like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. And I understand that Oba is, the new beast or whatever, but the F5 in the WWE was one of the most protected moves. So you're telling me that Brock Lesnar can hit, Oba with the F5 and Oba not to sell it, not to, it had no, impact on Oba. So I just think that was I think it was kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then also I think of when Brock Lesnar when he destroyed John Cena at from the Premium Live event from last year. I can't even think of the name. WrestlePalooza, I believe. Yeah, so what was all of that for the Beast just to get beat up? So I don't know. I just was not a fan of the time. I wanted more. I wanted more back and forth. And I feel like, okay, because, the fact that Brock Lesnar is going to, I guess, retire or whatever, give us more. This is WrestleMania. And this is just one of those matches that should have gone on for a little more, some back and forth. And I'm not saying you have to make Oba look super weak, but he's going against someone like Brock Lesnar. Let's, make it feel more special. But anyway, like I said, Oba won. It was a good moment. And then Brock Lesnar, he took off his shoes and just pretty much indicating or, implying that he is going to retire. But what's going on according to like news online and sources and all that kind of stuff, it seems like that wasn't planned. I'm not really sure who, I'm not backstage, so who knows? But we shall see how things playing out. And also, I heard about maybe Brock Lesnar having a match against Gunther at SummerSlam. So we shall see how things play out. All right, so this next match was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a ladder match. It was, 6 guys. Penta versus Javon versus Dragon Lee versus JD versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. I like this ladder match. I thought it was a really fun match, and it was just some really cool spots. The guys I think everyone shined. Everyone looked good. Everyone got their stuff in. Really good match. Penta retained his championship. All right, so the third match, this was for the United States Championship. This match went for 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Trick Williams versus Sammy. This was one match. I feel like they should have had more time. They did everything right in this match. I guess I was thinking that maybe Carmelo Hayes was going to interfere and cost Trick Williams the title. I don't know why, but I was thinking that. But the right guy won, Trick Williams. Trick Williams is a star. He has a bright future. I just felt like this match was just uneventful in a way. Just we have this build up, and then this was just this match right here, like the way that it was booked, it should have been on SmackDown. You know what I mean? It was just kind of ridiculous to me. All right, now this match right here was a street fight. They went for 10 minutes and 27 seconds. The Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I was cracking up. Finn Balor coming out as Demon. His facial expressions were cracking me up big time. I couldn't stop laughing. I was watching this show. I was watching WrestleMania with my friend, and I was laughing. Just Finn Balor, he really, you talking about committing to your performance. He had me cracking up. This match right here, this match was all right. They did, did what they had to do. I wasn't really crazy about this match, and I like both guys. Finn retained. I mean, he retained. Finn won this match. He hit his finisher. I believe he put Dominic Mysterio on the table, and then he hit his finisher, and he pinned Dominic for the 1-2-3. He got the 1-2-3. This next match, it went for 10 minutes and 8 seconds. It was for the women's, the WWE's Women's Championship, Rhea versus Jade Cargill. I really enjoyed this match. This was a really good match. Jade looked really good. Of course, Rhea is one of the best, but Jade, I feel like she had a strong performance. I thought that Jade should have retained the championship. But Ripley ended up winning. So not a bad call either, but I feel like, it should have been Jade. But we shall see how things go from here. All right, in the main event, it was Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, and this was for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match went for 33 minutes and 56 seconds. This was an outstanding match. I really enjoyed this match, and I think it was the best match from the best match at WrestleMania. Just with the selling, the moves, the psychology, just everything that was going on in this match, the pacing, it was just a really great match. Sometimes in the match, the guys, I can't, they like sometimes not selling certain moves, but it's whatever. I enjoyed this match. Roman Reigns, he retained. My friend was saying he said Roman he didn't retain. Roman won the championship. So my friend who I watched this with, he was saying that Roman was going to win. And I was telling him, I said, I feel like CM Punk, should retain the championship, but CM Punk did not. So yeah, it's just a really good match. The guys really got into it. So night two, thank goodness for that last match, and just thank goodness for some of the other matches, because night one, like I said, it wasn't extremely terrible, but just some of just a couple of the matches, it was just like flat finishes, and with the commercials from both nights and the advertisement, it is insane. The thing I will say about AEW, I know this is not about AEW, but with AEW, they get into the action, and that's what I like about AEW. They really get into the action, and they the issue with AEW, they don't know when to end a match, but they really, with Tony Khan, I guess, and the AEW wrestlers, they really try to put on a show for the fans, even though, like I said, I don't agree with the time limit sometimes, because I feel like it should just be right in the middle, not too long. Every match doesn't have to be 20 minutes or whatever, but every match, or the majority of the matches, shouldn't be under 10 minutes, especially not at a big event like WrestleMania. Please take care and have a good one.